I'm answering this question for an anonymous user. He says, I had an interview today which was with an internal recruiter. She starts by letting me know about the company, sounding quite nervous, and then ends by asking if I had any questions. I asked 2 questions, both of which she had no clue about, and said she'll get back to me. There was an awkward pause. I then asked if she would like to know more about me. She then asked me some specific questions, 2 about my role, how was my team structured, and what made my role successful. I answered both questions. Then there was another awkward silence. I asked her, is there anything specifically she wants to know about me? She said she's been taking notes and she'll get back to me. At the end of the week, she said there'll be an outcome. In between, there'll be more candidates. I'm slightly annoyed because I put a lot of effort into this application and the role sounds ideal. The interview was like speaking to a rock. Okay, I think we can all relate to this. From what it sounds like, maybe the interview was a little bit inexperienced. Maybe she hasn't conducted many interviews before, and perhaps she wasn't the original hiring manager. Maybe she was asked to deliver the hiring manager's responsibilities at last moment, and she didn't get a chance to prep. In which case it's forgivable. That happens in companies all the time. Perhaps the hiring manager is on leave or is sick or has been called to something else, and somebody more junior in the team or has been given the responsibility of doing an interview. Saying that, the company should have somebody experienced on standby. From what you're saying, it's not so much that she was a little bit junior. It was more that she was a little bit inexperienced even in your sector. Hence why she couldn't answer a lot of your technical questions. So from that point of view, you do sort of have a point. However, when you go to an interview, you have to be able to talk the technical lingo and express yourself. And if you've got somebody in the room, a hiring manager that can also appreciate that technical lingo, it helps you bounce on them a little bit, and you have a little bit of a better interview. However, it is your responsibility to make sure that you steer the conversation in your favour, in your direction. The interviewer's responsibility is to steer the conversation, but as somebody that's interviewee, it's your responsibility to steer it if the interviewer is going the wrong way, and you should feel confident to do that. I would say yes, she was a little bit inexperienced most likely, but at the same time you did have a poor performance. So I would say don't use this as a situation where you can learn and reflect upon what's happened, and in future sort of just improve. Think of ways where you could steer the conversation a little bit better in your direction, because when you go to an interview, you don't know who's going to be interviewing you. It might be somebody more technical, it might be somebody more junior, it might be somebody who's more managerial. So it's up to you to come with all the tools to get your point across. But good luck with the job anyways.